Have you ever been thinking about someone and just a few minutes later the phone rings and they're on the other line? Or maybe you've had a feeling like you should take a different route to work and then later you found out that there was an accident on the road that you normally take? If so, your intuition might have been at play. Today we're going to talk about the different ways that we can learn to really tap into that intuition and to better hear our inner voice. Welcome back. My name's Nena and I'm a life coach that specializes in personal development. Here at this channel we talk all about our emotional well-being, understanding our own psychology, and leading our best life possible. So if you aren't already a subscriber, take a moment and become one. We definitely want you to stay connected. So many times we look to outside sources or to other people for guidance when really, deep down, we often know what the best answers for us are. It's just a matter of learning to hear that inner voice and to cultivate that sixth sense that can really help push us in the right direction in life. It's just a matter of learning to tune in to that inner voice and let that sixth sense kind of show us when we are making a mistake or offer us insight when we are making difficult decisions. It's a skill that any person can develop, but sometimes we just don't know how exactly to do that. So today we will be going over 5 different ways that we can really learn to tap into our own intuition. The first thing that we need to learn to do is to really trust our gut. We need to really learn to recognize that inner voice. A lot of times we receive intuitive messages through our emotions. So for example, we may all of a sudden have a feeling that we don't trust a person when we meet them, or we don't want to enter a building. When we get these sudden rushes of emotions or feelings, we definitely need to pay attention to them because our intuition is trying to help us out. The second thing we need to do is to stop ignoring signs and synchronicities in our lives. They are happening all the time, but so often we fail to notice them or we brush them off as coincidences. There are very few things in our life that actually are coincidences, so we really want to think about these things and consider what they could possibly mean. So if there is something that is unusual or noteworthy for some reason, we definitely want to give time into considering what it could be possibly trying to tell us. The third thing that we need to do is to start paying attention more in general. So our intuition really relies on all the information that our conscious mind can take in through our 5 senses. So we just want to be very aware of everything around us because the more information that we have, the more our intuition can help us out. The fourth thing that we can do is to start a dream journal. This is something that I have done for about 6 months now, and it has really opened my eyes to so much information. I actually did a video on this exact topic, so I'm going to go ahead and link that down below, and it's going to show you how exactly you can make your own dream journal and how to start interpreting your own dreams, because our dreams are truly a window into our subconscious mind. This is something that psychologists Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung really felt strongly about, and I completely agree. We can see, once we learn how to interpret our dreams, so many different aspects that have been kind of hidden from our conscious mind. So we are really able to tap into that unconscious mind, which is where we find our intuition to begin with. When we study our dreams, sometimes we can even find solutions to our problems or think of some really amazing ideas that we have not been considering when we were awake. So there are just so many benefits to having this dream journal. And the fifth thing that we can do is to meditate. And this one is huge because in meditation, we are able to really calm that inner chatter that oftentimes clouds our inner voice. So if instead we can sit quietly and really learn to focus on that inner voice, you will be amazed at what kind of information that you can actually receive. In fact, you can ask even specific questions, and oftentimes you will find that you get an answer, and oftentimes a very clear answer. So meditation is just an amazing way that you can really start to hear those subtle little messages that are coming from within. Remember that learning to develop your intuition is really a skill that takes time and practice. And the more that you do practice it, the easier it will become, and the more clearly you will be able to hear that inner voice. So I would absolutely love to hear of any situations in which you found that your inner voice gave you a very strong, clear message. So comment down below. I love to hear these stories because I really find that they do happen all the time. It's just a matter of, again, paying attention to them and really sometimes giving thought and focus to the possible meanings behind it. So I hope this video was interesting and insightful to you, and if it was, please like it and share it with someone else who may need to hear the same message today. Also, again, if you aren't a subscriber, please take a moment and become one. We definitely want you to stay connected, and I thank you so much for spending time with me today. Have an absolutely amazing day.